Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and today we're doing another full review episode. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, come on in. All my returning viewers, you know how we do. It's always good to see you, so come on in. Let's get this on, shall we? So today's full review episode is going to be the 19 Crimes Shiraz. It is a southeastern Australian wine, coming in at 13.5% alcohol by volume. It is a mix. It's right smack dab in the middle of light versus bold. And there you go. There's your record number 7277, James Cayley. So the redacted parts, I was asked by JR about what's with the redacted. Well, it's a common, this what you see right here is aesthetic purposes. It's just for looks and cool factor. But normally in like military or law enforcement records, when they declassify certain records, they redact certain information that may be pertinent to the safety and security of certain individuals that are, talked about within certain documentations. So places, persons, things, times, dates, whatever may be redacted, but the meat of the subject is actually declassified. So we'll take a look at the back here. I don't want to scan the code. So we're just going to give you a quick run through of that. Literally missed the boat. What? Exiled across the globe from his native Dublin, James was branded an informer by his fellow inmates and excluded from the Kaltapa rescue boat, leaving him to live out the rest of his days in Australia. So there's all that. It does contain sulfites. Carbohydrates is 3.3 grams, and that's per 5 fluid ounces with 119 calories. I didn't even know that. I didn't even look at that. But cork pop. So yes, I'm continuing to use this little chrome knobby. It's from the Casa Nobel tequila. It fits. It looks nice. You can pull it off really easy. It is what it is. Oh, let's go ahead and get this on, shall we? I love that thing. Anywho, we're going to go ahead and have ourselves a good pour. That's probably less than 5 ounces. But if you're new to the channel, let's go ahead and get this done. So I do a 3-part series to my review process. Part 1, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, have my first pour, and share my first impressions with you because that's what we do. Part 2, we drink it down halfway. Because it's a wine, wine has a 5-day deal, okay? So day 1, off the rip. Day 3 is going to be the full review. Day 5 is going to be the final pour episode. So halfway down, a couple days later, 24 to 48 hours, at least 48, we put the cork back in it, put it on the shelf, let it sit, come back. After we find out next to nothing, and that's what we got, we talk about it, I score it, continue to drink it because part 3, final pour episode, thusly named, we have the final pour, compare it to the first pour off the rip and everything in between. Now, I only have a few more left in the 19 Crimes lineup. We did the Snoop Dogg versions. When we put you back there, the Snoop Dogg version, his Cali wines, because Snoop Dogg's a West Coast rapper, and he's all about Cali. And most of the wines that are distributed here in the United States of America come from California because they have a Napa Valley, and the area over there closer to the sea and the mountain range is the perfect valley area to, grow the right kind of grapes that make really good wine. I've actually known people who believe every single wine comes from Italy. No, it doesn't. We have Australia, of course, California, United States of America, Italy, or Europe, and there's other places that make wine. Not too many places produce the greatest of wines, France being literally the home of wine. But, it is what it is. So they say they use the dark skin of the grapes for the Shiraz, and that it's most robust in tannins. Yeah, I could definitely get that. They say the best pairing are with grilled or smoked meat and fish. So grilled fish, smoked meat. Okay, I paid $9.08 out the door for this. Oh yeah, this was at my local HEB. When I picked up all those Snoop Dogg wines, I saw this one, and I'm like, I haven't done that one yet, so we'll just snag it while we're there. On the nose, it's very mellowed out as of off the rip. It's very mellow, somewhat sweet, somewhat a little bit tart, very grapish, very like a deep richness, which makes a lot of sense when they say they use the dark skins of the grapes, the red grapes. And they keep that in the fermentation process before they filter and then bottle it. So that gives it a more deeper, more robust, and heavy on the tannins. Shiraz is normally a sweeter wine, but it's also got tartness to it. So let's go ahead and get it on the palate. There is a bit of dry tartness to it. It's not bad. Again, I absolutely would prefer this to be paired with food because of that sort of dryness. Because, like I said, robust tannins is where you're going to get that dryness, that sort of dry out the palate kind of sensation. But if you pair it with sort of grilled fish, it'll sort of balance that out. Smoked meat. I don't know if I'd pair this with like smoked sausage or something, but like maybe brisket or something. Here in Texas, brisket is king, baby. Let's go ahead and get one more and we'll move on. It does have a little bit of a deeper, richer color. Viscosity is meh, but I don't think the oiliness is what this Shiraz really goes for. It goes for more of a crisp tartness, but it has a sweet sourness to it, and that's just fine. So on the nose, I can definitely pick up plums, raspberries, sort of those darker, more of like tartness of fruits and whatnot. The finish it's going to be dry on the tongue. That's probably why you want something a little bit more on the oily side with your food pairings. Excuse me. It's got a more distinguished of nose than I have had out of a lot of other reds. I don't get a whole lot of that fresh manufactured flip-flop. That like foamy sort of. No, this one's a little more distinguished. You can tell there's a lot more quality in this. It doesn't have that sort of offhand artificial kind of scent to it, that aroma. Let's take one more and we'll move on. That's pretty nice. Like I said, that dry tartness might offend some people and keep them away from quality wines. Yeah, so the tongue clearly flashes over and goes sort of wet cardboard. But there is a lot of juiciness, a lot of red, deep red, ripe fruits. That dark red grape, plums, raspberry. Like I said, you probably want to get some kind of oily meat. Probably grilled fish would. I would prefer probably going with grilled fish with this one over smoked meat. It's just that fish gives you a little bit something that meat might take away. The fish might give you a little bit more oil than the meat. like as a steak or something. Maybe a steak. I don't know about a pork chop. But anywho, we're moving on. My score on this is going to be a strong 3 out of 5. Strong 3 out of 5. I do feel like the dryness sort of holds it back. I mean, it is pronounced. It is a good amount of dryness on the palate. But that's about where the negativity ends, and everything else sort of picks up after that. So I think that's what it is. The dryness is going to keep it from crossing over into the 4 column. But yeah, my fair price for this, I mean, $10 for a decent bottle of wine. I mean, I don't think I've paid more than low 20s for a bottle of wine. I mean, we still haven't crossed over that threshold because there is so many bottles of wine that's under 20 bucks. It's crazy. But we're getting there. We're working our way up. We're finishing out the 19 Crimes line, and we're looking for the next line to go in. I'm probably just going to start, throwing darts in the dark at a phone book and see what we get into next. If you have any recommendations, love to hear it. Would I buy this again? Well, my fair price, I'll leave it alone at $10. That's fine. Would I buy this again? This one particularly? No. It's an experience, but I don't see it too much out of the range as a lot of other Shiraz that I've experienced before. It is what it is. It's a pretty good one. It's just not the best one. But there it is. In the comment section, we'd love to know where you're at. What are you currently drinking? Have you had a 19 Crimes? Do you like their line? What's your favorite out of their line? If you like the Shiraz, let me know. We'll talk about it. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. We'll call it a good one.